Imagine waking up on a luxury cruise ship, the ocean stretching endlessly in every direction, thousands of passengers on board, music, drinks, laughter echoing through the halls, and then realizing that someone has vanished without a trace. No scream, no evidence, no body, just silence. This is the true and still unsolved disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. What you're about to hear is based entirely on documented reports, witness statements, and official investigations. And by the end of this video, you'll have to decide for yourself. Was this a tragic accident, a calculated crime, or something far more disturbing? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we dive deep into real unsolved mysteries and true crime cases that continue to haunt investigators and families to this day. If that's your kind of content, make sure you're subscribed because cases like this stay with you. March 1998. The Bradley family boards the cruise ship Rhapsody of the Seas, operated by Royal Caribbean International. It's supposed to be a relaxing Caribbean vacation. Amy, 23 years old, had recently graduated from college. She was athletic, confident, and described by friends as strong-willed and independent. She loved sports, fitness, and music. There were no signs of depression, no indication she wanted to disappear. On the night of March 23rd, the ship was sailing near the island of Curaçao. Like many cruise nights, there was live entertainment and dancing. Amy and her brother went to the ship's nightclub. Multiple witnesses later confirmed seeing her dancing and socializing. At some point, she was seen dancing with a member of the ship's band. According to reports, that interaction would later become a focal point in the investigation. Around 3:30 a.m., Amy and her brother returned to their cabin. Their parents were asleep. Amy stepped out onto the balcony. The ocean air was calm. The ship was approaching port. It seemed like a normal end to a normal vacation day. Around 5:30 a.m., Amy's father briefly woke up and noticed her sitting on the balcony. He went back to sleep. When he woke again at around 6 a.m., Amy was gone. At first, there was no panic. Maybe she had gone for coffee. Maybe she went to watch the sunrise. But as minutes turned into an hour and she didn't return, the family grew worried. Her sandals were still in the cabin. Her cigarettes were left behind. Her purse and passport were untouched. There were no signs of struggle, no broken furniture, no noise reported by nearby passengers. The family alerted ship staff. By then, the ship had already docked in Curaçao and passengers were beginning to disembark. This detail is critical. If a crime had occurred, the responsible person could potentially have left the ship before a full lockdown was initiated. The crew searched the vessel. Announcements were made. Eventually, authorities were notified. The surrounding waters were searched. Helicopters scanned the sea. Nothing was found. No body, no clothing, no physical evidence. The first theory investigators considered was an accidental fall. Cruise ship balconies are high, but not impossible to climb or fall over, especially late at night. However, Amy was known to be a strong swimmer, and if she had fallen, why was there no splash heard? Why no one reporting a scream? And perhaps most puzzling of all, why was her body never recovered? Ocean currents can be powerful and it's possible for bodies to be lost at sea. But in many cruise man overboard cases, remains are eventually found. In Amy's case, there was nothing. The second theory, suicide. But there was no suicide note. No prior behavior suggesting she was struggling mentally. Her family has consistently rejected this possibility, stating there was no reason to believe she would harm herself. The third theory, foul play. Several witnesses reported seeing Amy interacting with a band member the night she disappeared. That crew member was questioned. According to public reports, he denied wrongdoing and was not charged due to lack of evidence. Officially, no crew member has ever been named a suspect in a crime, but the questions remain. There were also reports that Amy had told family members that a crew member had made her uncomfortable earlier in the trip. Whether that detail is connected to her disappearance has never been proven. Then, years later, something happened that shifted the case into even darker territory. Multiple alleged sightings of Amy began to surface in the Caribbean. A taxi driver in Curaçao claimed he saw a woman resembling Amy who appeared distressed. A U.S. Navy sailor later came forward, stating that while visiting a brothel in the Caribbean, a woman approached him and claimed she was Amy Bradley and asked for help. He said he did not report it immediately because he feared getting in trouble. By the time he came forward, the trail was cold. There was also an online photograph circulated years later showing a woman in what appeared to be a sexually exploitative environment who resembled Amy. Her family believed the resemblance was strong. However, investigators were unable to conclusively verify the identity of the woman in the image. These alleged sightings fueled the human trafficking theory. In the late 1990s, parts of the Caribbean were known hubs for trafficking networks. If someone had targeted Amy, and if she had been removed from the ship while docked, it could explain why no body was ever found. But again, there is no confirmed evidence that this happened. The case eventually involved the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Amy's disappearance became an international missing persons case. A reward was offered for information leading to her recovery. Her profile was added to missing persons databases. Over 2 decades later, the investigation technically remains open. From a logistical standpoint, a cruise ship seems like one of the most controlled environments possible. There are passenger lists, security staff, limited exit point. Yet in 1998, surveillance technology was far less advanced than it is today. Blind spots existed. Record keeping was not fully digital. If someone had planned something carefully, there may have been opportunities. There's also the uncomfortable possibility that whatever happened took only seconds. A push, a fall, a forced removal. In the early morning hours, most passengers were asleep. The ocean can swallow evidence instantly. What makes this case so haunting is the lack of closure. There is no crime scene, no forensic trail, no confirmed last sighting after 5:30 a.m. That balcony moment is the last verified time Amy was seen by family. So, was the mystery ever solved? Officially, no. There has been no confirmed proof of death, no confirmed proof of abduction, no arrest, no body, no resolution. As of today, the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley remains unsolved. Her family continues to believe she may still be alive. Investigators have never ruled out any single theory completely, and every few years, the case resurfaces online with new discussions, new speculation, and renewed public interest. And that's what makes this story so chilling, because this didn't happen in a dark alley. It didn't happen in a war zone. It happened on a vacation, on a cruise, surrounded by thousands of people. If someone can disappear from a floating city in the middle of the ocean, what does that say about how safe we really are? I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think this was an accident, a crime on board, or something bigger operating beneath the surface? Let me know in the comments. I read them all. If you found this case compelling, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into real unsolved mysteries. Our next episode explores another disappearance that authorities still can't explain. Until then, stay aware, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are the ones that leave nothing behind. I'll see you in the next one.